Hello, we are the Digital Marketing Academy group from NTU, and today we are doing Backlit presentation. So who is Backlit? Backlit is an artist-driven contemporary gallery and studio space in Nottingham. They support early career graduates and emerging artists and provides a dynamic public program featuring national and international artists. And the founder of Backlit is Matthew Chesney. He's an artist creator based in Nottingham who found Backlit several years ago. And what are the aims and goals of Backlit? The main aim would be they would like to connect with more contemporary artists from different cities, countries, and regions around the world. That could provide support for early career graduates and people from different organizations to emerge different artists and creative thinkers. And on the other hand, they would support a diverse range of people and groups from local community and heritage, engage projects who individually develop more creative ideas, and lastly, to create and enable continually improve and accessible equal educational safe space for all people. And looking at market research, the overview, 45% of 16 to 24 years old teenagers would visit museums and galleries in England, which would really be beneficial for Backlits. And on the other hand, the digital participation in arts and culture, there are 30% of people that are participating in that. And the global market is a marketplace of buyers and sellers trading in service, articles, and works of arts and culture commonly associated with the various arts. While the market remains predominantly offline, online sales have been increasingly growth in recent years. And moving on to external affecting factors.
So we analyse the external factors affecting the art industry in which Backlit must take into consideration. Firstly, Brexit, which will negatively affect tax, interest rates, trade regulations, and any international promotions or future events. Due to this economical hardship, consumer spending habits have shifted and they are spending a lot less. They are drawn to buying experiences over materialistic possessions, and also technology. Technology changes the way we operate. Better global communication to the art world results in better production, and with the new resources such as Facebook, Twitter, and other websites, it's a lot easier to communicate with people and advertise at the same time. There are also popular retail options such as AI and VR, stealing the show, creating better consumer experiences. There's also automation and data, which are huge beneficial factors to take into account. Whilst in the near future, I believe neuroscience will become king in the experience economy. Now, talking about COVID, so the UK art industry is the second worst industry affected by COVID, with a drastic decline in revenues of 44.5% reduction in GDP output, whilst 70% of the workers are actually furloughed. Overall, COVID has made it very difficult for businesses to stay solvent through this period as physical income streams are taken away.
So we created 2 consumer profiles so that Backlit would have a clear idea of who their consumers were and the best way to target them in terms of marketing. We first come up with Zach. He is a 22-year-old that has recently graduated from NTU with an illustration degree. Due to the recent coronavirus pandemic, Zach has struggled to find work or any type of experience to showcase his talents. This also means that he has not been able to connect and interact with people in his industry. Zach would definitely be a key consumer for the associative membership scheme, as he would benefit from the free workshops, skill shares, and give him an opportunity to share his work in the annual group show. For the female consumer, we thought of Marie. Marie is a 19-year-old undergraduate that is currently studying design for stage and screen and hopes to become a set designer one day. Marie is also devoted to spreading awareness about social issues such as poverty and racism, which makes her interested in learning more about people's individual experiences. She would love to be able to use Backlit's gallery to shoot short films with her colleagues and create a safe space to work outside of her busy university accommodation. So to get a better idea of how Backlit is performing, we looked at their competitors to see what they were doing. We looked at Nottingham Society of Artists, City Arts, and Nottingham Contemporary. We found out that Nottingham Society of Artists had a membership scheme where they offered members access to studios, opportunities to enter work in their annual exhibition, and showcase on their website. This is very similar to Backlit's associate membership scheme. However, Backlit is actually cheaper on a monthly basis, which gives Backlit a key advantage over its competitor. When looking at City Arts, we saw that they are quite different to Backlit. They focus on vulnerable people such as the elderly and people with learning difficulties. They also have an arts club and Express Yourself members that offer free workshops and creative courses. However, these are targeted at children aged 13 to 17, which is a little bit out of Backlit's target consumer. This may mean that City Arts is no threat to Backlit and could actually be a great opportunity for a partnership that covers all ages. Lastly, we looked at Nottingham Contemporary. This is Backlit's biggest competitor by far. They have over 50 exhibitions and have lots of opportunities for students and artists to practice their skills and advance their careers. The Nottingham Contemporary also has a similar consumer base, meaning that they are the biggest threat to Backlit.
To review Backlit's social media, I conducted a SWOT analysis and compared their social media channels with their competitors mentioned previously. So firstly with Twitter, it's not a visual platform, and I noticed competitors do not use it, so it's not beneficial for an arts-related brand to focus on. A common theme across all channels is that you post infrequently and there's no clear schedule across each channel. So on YouTube, you haven't posted in over a year. We know that this is time consuming. You have no channel trailer to help new audiences understand Backlit, and we just recommend adopting similar content ideas to competitors to move forward. With Facebook, you have a lot of strengths, but with a lot of competition from advertising on Facebook and your infrequent posting, you could actually place lower news feed due to the algorithm. I designed a mock-up to update your cover photo to give people a better overview of the brand, as well as some other opportunities for you as well, such as creating a community for artists. So we mainly recommend LinkedIn, as currently you're inactive and competitors also don't use it, but it's a great opportunity and a perfect platform to connect with students on relevant degrees and raise awareness of your associate members. So we got an example here on the right. We use the alumni feature tool for Nottingham Trent University, and you could use this to target potential associate members. So we looked at design and visual communications degrees, and this is both graduated, non-graduated, and you could also find potential ambassadors such as lecturers and local experts within the industry. We also highly recommend using Instagram, as it's a great platform for visual content. Backlit's strengths are they like all of their comments, they credit their artists in their captions. So I designed a mock-up which suggested some highlight reels to improve the user experience. We'll talk about the membership mock-up story example later, but I've condensed the Black Lives Matter into just one diversity highlight, as this would make more sense to address all ethnicities. And also, I like the recent addition on Nottingham Asylum Project, and I think you should keep that on there. The copy is too formal for the intended audience, but it's also less formal than your competitor. So again, a few emojis might help with that. I've also changed your link tree, as I think with the several destinations, it may direct people away from your website, which would be your goal. And here's a list of curated content ideas, such as celebration days and binge-worthy series content like podcasts. A few easy content ideas to implement in the short term. So you could reuse YouTube content across social media platforms. You could run polls about membership benefits and gain insights on your audience. So that could be both on Facebook and Instagram. Collate some of your reviews and create highlight reels or posts, and also establish a consistent brand theme so people can recognize you. So I've done 2 mock-ups on the side here of how you could do that. And also a great tool we recommend overall for all channels is to use Hootsuite, which is a social media management platform. You can schedule posts in advance with your pre-written captions. It's flexible, you can reshuffle the order, and you can plan a month at a time. And also with Canva, you can resize each of the same images per platform quickly. And finally, use insight tools within each social media platform. You can track the performance and figure out what does well and what doesn't, do more of it, and as well as the best times to post for your followers.
So using Ubersuggest, we were able to obtain a limited number of statistics for the Backlit website. So the overall statistics are quite positive, with a high number of backlinks, meaning other websites outside of Backlit domain direct their audience to the Backlit website. Although other figures are great, they could be improved. The data shows that 106 out of 150 pages analysed show no metadata description, or that they're auto-generated. While these keywords might bring a number of traffic to the website, it might not be the most relevant audience you're looking for. To achieve the best results, each page on the website should contain an accurate description and title to content of the page. Knowing that your goal is to reach a greater number of ethnic minorities in Nottingham, make the page description appeal to the demographic using relevant keywords. Through a website audit, we discovered some improvements. So on the homepage, we discovered that a carousel gallery would allow the homepage to showcase backlit outside and inside as a gallery space. Also, the bold text, bold font in the text is not recommended, as it's just for headings and titles. It makes it more difficult to read in large bodies of text, and it affects the SEO. Also, combining the associate membership button to get involved page would allow the visitors to have a bigger scope of what's available and make it easier for the ethnic minorities to discover the free 2-year membership. Also, the navigation bar, we discovered that there's too many pages and a lot of them duplicate the information from other pages, which affects SEO and navigation. We recommend condensing similar pages into one page. Also, the donate external link redirects the user to an expired PayPal page. The statement on the About Backlit page makes very similar points, so it would be more beneficial to create one longer statement that flows more smoothly. Also include the donate button on the page and become more transparent about what happens with the donations. This allows the viewer to discover what change they're making by donating. Also, your website provider Squarespace has the ability to create pop-up messages on the website, which you can use to promote the newsletter sign-ups.
So Backlit offers their associate membership, in which we have updated to maximise effectiveness. They should partner with universities and schools, giving the opportunity to offer competitions and awards to students whilst enhancing their CV. So an example of an award could be a 1-month free taster membership, and there are also amazing enticing incentives. Some include discounts, free workshops, one-to-one development, social media features, and even more. So how can you say no to that? And lastly, Backlit thrives off its ethical values, one being the emphasis of diversity. So we have concluded that a 2-year free membership for Black, Asian, and ethnically diverse students is appropriate. And overall, this has all the materials to create that engaging and impactful consumer experience, which should leave them more than happy. So to conclude the overall recommendations and forward thinking for Backlit, number 1 is to change and condense the website so that it's easy to navigate and it's more visually aesthetic. Number 2 is to become consistent on social media to engage more with potential customers. And number 3 is to make some changes to the associate membership scheme and promote widely on social media. So there are some key points to follow, which are to advertise on LinkedIn and take advantage of the alumni tool, make some Instagram highlights, make a shorter videography promotion ad, and use the reviews more and effectively. We also need to be able to use and incorporate Google Analytics to plan the processes ahead. And if all of this is met, Backlit will see significant results in all areas. Most importantly, their revenue and return on investment will increase. They need to increase their engagement by 20%, their associate members by 40%, have 200 connections on LinkedIn, link their website to Google Analytics, and start showing their associate membership on Instagram more. So thank you very much for listening.